Hi, welcome back. This is Professor Ridge, and today's lesson on the review section 5, the basics of equation solving. And so an equation, this is the main thing we study in algebra, is a statement that two expressions are equal, that have the same value. And again, so if I have an expression like 3x plus 5, that's an expression. And I have another expression, 7x plus 8. And I say those are equal to each other, they have the same value, then now it's an equation. Okay, so that's an equation. To solve an equation. Okay, so to solve an equation in one variable means to find all, this is key, all the values of the variable that make the equation true. Okay, those are the big words. So all the values. So a solution is just those numbers that make the statement true. Okay, so a solution is any value of the variable that makes the statement true. Now to solve the equation, you find all the values. One value that solves it, that makes it true, is just a particular solution. But to solve means you find all. I want to make that very clear to you. So an example would be if I said, is x equals 2 a solution to 3x plus 4 equals 10. And you plug it in. So you plug it in and you're asking this question, does 3 times 2 plus 4 equal 10? Yes or no? And the answer is yes, because you get 6 plus 4, 10 equals 10. So yes, 2 is a solution. And then if I asked you, is x equals 3 a solution to, say, x squared equals 9, and you would just say, well, 3 squared equals 9, that's true. But if I said, did you solve x squared equals 9, and you wrote x equals 3, I would say you're wrong. I'd say no, you didn't solve it. So to solve x squared equals 9, you're going to find all the solutions that make it a true statement. So x equals 3 or x equals negative 3. Now you've solved it. All right. So that's the distinction. And then, of course, the set of all the solutions. And so the set of all the solutions of an equation is its solution set. So another way I can say to solve means to find the solution set, which is the set of all, again, all the solutions. Okay? Equations that have the same solution set are called equivalent equations. Let me write that down. Okay, so a linear equation. So a linear equation in one variable is an equation that's equivalent to one of the form ax plus b equals 0, where a and b are real numbers and a is not 0. So if a was 0, then the x term would go away, and then you just got the statement b equals 0. Okay, so basically linear equation is, degree 1 polynomial. Okay, so a quadratic equation is one is an equation that is equivalent to one of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not 0. Again, so we want a degree 2 equation. Right, so that's what makes it, and again, to make it an equation, so you got the equal sign. Linear equation, equal sign. So linear is degree 1, quadratic's degree 2. If I want a cubic equation, that would be degree 3. We won't write that down. Alright, so to solve a linear equation, you remember you want to get the variable all by itself. Let me just review one real quick. Hang on. Okay, so the first step, simplify both sides. So this generally, I got like a 4-step kind of outline. So I'm going to simplify both sides, so distribute. So that'd be 18x plus 72. Now I'm going to simplify the right side. I distribute the minus sign. Combine like terms. So that'd be what, 15 minus x. Okay, so now both sides simplified. Now from here, my next step is to get all the x terms on one side using the subtraction principle. Okay, so I'm going to add x to both sides. So 19x plus 72 equals 15. Now my third step, on the side of the variable, I'm going to get rid of the constant term using add or subtract. Okay, so I want to get rid of the 72, that's the constant term, the one without the variable. Golden rule, what you do one side, you do the other. That's the addition principle, or subtraction principle I'm using here. So 19x equals negative 57. Okay, and then the fourth step is now you should have a print, something times x equals a number, so you got to get rid of the coefficient. Okay, so I want to get rid of the 19 so I can get just x by itself, so divide by 19. What you do to one side, you do the other, so you get x equals negative 3. And that's your answer. Okay, so that's just a quick review of that. Now let's review quadratic equations. Okay, so to solve quadratic equations, our first step is we want to get it equal to 0. So you want to get everything on one side. So I'm going to add 27 to both sides. I'm going to get 12x, or x squared plus 12x plus 27 equals 0. Then your second step is you're going to factor. So I want factors of 27 that add to 12. Well, that's 9 and 3. Put in my signs. Then my third step is you're going to set each factor equals 0 using the zero product principle. So I'm going to do the x plus 9 equal to 0, or x plus 3 equals 0. And the last step is just going to solve each one. Or we can make this 3 steps and solve. So we're going to subtract 9, x equals negative 9, subtract 3, x equals negative 3. So our solution set's negative 9, negative 3. Okay? Alright, so that's solving quadratic equations by factoring. The next thing is just solving formulas. And so formulas, if you have a bunch of letters in there, so solve for, say, W, and let's say I had say I had 2W plus 2H plus L equals P, solve it for W. So it's the same technique, just like an equation. In this case, this would be like a linear equation, because the W, we ignore all the other letters, W is to the first power. So I want to get W by itself. So I'm going to subtract the 2H, subtract the L from both sides. and then I'm going to divide everything by 2 to get the w by itself. Okay. Now, here's a technique that I just want to cover just in case you don't know how to do it. If I wanted to solve, say I had ax plus bx minus cw equals df plus jx, solve this for x. If you have more than one term with the variable you're solving, your first step's get all terms of the variable we're solving for, so in this case x, on one side and everything else on the other. So I'm going to subtract the jx from both sides, and I'm going to add that cw to both sides. So I'm going to get ax plus bx minus jx equals ef plus cw. Okay, now my next step is you're going to factor out the variable that you're solving for. Okay, so in this case it's the x, so I'm going to factor out the x. And then my next step would be divide to get the variable by itself. So I'm going to divide by that parenthesis. So we're going to get x equals, here I'll show the step. I'm going to divide by the parenthesis. I don't have to write the parenthesis. Okay, so here they cancel and you get the x by itself. And that's df plus cw over a plus b minus j. And done. Okay, so that's a quick little review. We're done. Let's go to my math lab, complete the exercises for R5, and I'll see you next time.